welcome to SLNS IAS Academy's Daily Current Affairs. This is Pavani Reddy. Let us see all the important news articles in the current affairs. First important article is the IUCN World Conservation Congress. What is the full form of IUCN? It is the International Union for Conservation of Nature. So this union or this association basically strives for the conservation of nature. So in 2025, the meeting of this conservation union has taken place. So it is the largest gathering where many experts, conservation experts, leaders and the decision makers, that is the government, is involved in this meeting. Okay, so what is the importance of this meeting? So this meeting, it will set the priorities of nature's conservation. So what should be given importance? What are the critical issues happening in conservation of the nature, etc., will be decided in this meeting or the Congress. So it will be held once in every 4 years. So what is the theme of this year's meeting? So it is the Powering Transformative Conservation. So for us in the objective type questions, we need to remember the theme, Powering Transformative Conservation. So what are the components in this meeting? So in this meeting, we have a forum, which is the largest knowledge marketplace, which is going to take important decisions or discussions related to conservation and sustainable development, science, practice and innovations. Okay, the next important component is exhibition. So here the IUCN members, the commissions and businesses, partners and academia, etc., everyone will host the pavilions, booths and events in this exhibition. Okay, so thereby they are promoting the awareness among the nature conservation issues. The critical issues are being showcased. Okay, the next important component is the members assembly. So what is this assembly basically? It is the highest decision making body of the IUCN. So this assembly will take the vote on pressing conservation, sustainable development issues. So they will take the decisions. And the one important thing why we are discussing is that India has unveiled or revealed the National Red List Roadmap and also the Vision 2025-30 at this Congress meeting. So India has revealed two important things, that is Vision 2025-30 and National Red List Roadmap. So that is why we are discussing about these things, right? So the next important article is the Saksham system. So what is the Saksham system? So full form is the Situational Awareness for Kinetic, Soft, Hard, Kill Assets Management. So this is basically a UAS, so which is the Unmanned Aerial System. So without the physical interference of any human beings. So this is the system of drones. Drone system which is developed indigenously, that is made in India. So without any physical interference of the human beings, this system will counter the hostile drones. Okay, so this is a UAS grid system. Okay, so what is the characteristic of this system? It is modular, it is high-end command and control system. So it can be commanded and controlled at a high-end level. So with very less human interference, this can be commanded and controlled. Okay, which is working or operating on the Secure Army Data Network, ADN. Okay, so this system is designed in such a way that it is going to work up to a meter of 3000 meters or 10,000 feet from the ground level. So who or which institution has developed this? That is the BEL, the Bharat Electronics Limited. So it is developed indigenously. What is it? It is a UAS grid system. Okay, so why is it so special? Why is it unique? So it has the real-time detection and tracking. So it can detect, track, identify and neutralize the hostile drones which are sent into the Indian territory in the real time. Means at this point of time, if there is any hostile drones which are sent by the hostile countries, we can track it. So we can identify, we can detect and we can neutralize the hostile drones which are coming into this territory, right? So why is this very special? So this has been revamped with the AI enabled predictive analysis. So here the inclusion of the AI is giving us a real-time predictive analysis regarding the hostile drones. That is why it is very important. Okay. So the next important program is the Agri-Enlix program. So what is Agri-Enlix program? It is nothing but agriculture, environment, electronics program. Okay, so this program has been bought by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology of the Government of India. Okay, so what is this program basically? So in the fields of agriculture and environment, we need to include the electronics and the IT. To make these two sectors work efficiently. Okay, so this platform, that is this program, will help for the research and development and also for the technology translation. So what is technology translation? So the research or the development or innovation which is happening in the sector must be turned into technology. Okay, not just doing research and development, but they should be translated into technology. In which fields? For the management of agriculture field as well as the environment. So research development and the technology translation in agriculture and environment management with the application of what? Electronics as well as the IT sector. So is the main target of this program. Okay, so in this program there is integration of the AI technology, okay, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, the machine vision and the sensor networks, etc. are all being bought and introduced in the management of agriculture and environment, so that can directly have a great or positive impact on the farming communities and the conservation of the environment. Okay, so here we are using high-end technologies in the agriculture and the environment sector. Okay, so in this program, we are collaborating or bringing many people into one framework. What is that? We are uniting the research institutions, industry partners and the government agencies. So what is the nodal agency? This is very important. So the nodal agency is the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, which is located at the Kolkata. So this is the main or the nodal implementing agency. Okay. So coming to the next important article, we have the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021. So the Surrogacy Regulation Act provides a legal framework for the altruistic surrogacy. Okay, and which prohibits the commercial surrogacy. Okay, so why it is prohibiting the commercial surrogacy? So the woman from the poor background or who is suffering with the poverty, they must not be exploited in the name of surrogacy. Okay, so in the Surrogacy Regulation Act, this defines that who are the intending couple, that is the couple who want the kid. Okay, so it also talks about the clinics of surrogacy or the medical practitioners who are involved in the surrogacy mechanism, or the woman who wanted to be surrogate, etc. It defined, all the terms are defined by the Surrogacy Regulation Act 2021. Okay, so according to this act, every surrogacy clinic must be registered. Okay, under this act. Without the registration, the clinic cannot conduct any procedure of the surrogacy. Alright. Next, it prohibits any person or entity, which including the medical practitioners, to engage in any form of commercial surrogacy practices. So either it can be clinic, or it can be medical practitioners, or anyone else. They should not encourage or conduct the activity of commercial surrogacy, right? So if a surrogate so during the process of the surrogacy, it prohibits the abortion. So for conduction of an abortion, there should be written consent from the surrogate mother as well as the medical practitioners. So that is the requirement for the conduction of abortion, right? Here the act mentions about one important term, that is the certificate of essentiality. So certificate essentiality is nothing but for conduction of the surrogacy procedures, the intended couple must get this certificate of essentiality. Okay, so saying that they really require, or the need for the kid or the born baby is very much essential. Okay, so it provides a surrogate must be a woman who is married and has the at least one child. So according to this act, what are the requirements for a surrogate mother? So the woman who is having this procedure of surrogacy, so must be a married woman and at least have a child. At least she should have one own child for them. Then only she can go for the surrogacy procedure. Okay, so what is the age requirement? She must be in the age of 25 to 35 years of age at the date of implantation of the fetus or the zygote. Okay, so she should refrain from providing her own gametes. This is also very important. Means the surrogate mother herself must not provide the gamete or the egg for the production of the fetus. Okay. And in one more requirement is that a woman can become surrogate only once in her lifetime. So no second time or third time becoming a surrogate mother. Right. Then what are the requirements related to the intended couple who want to have a baby? So the woman of the or the female of that intended couple must be at the age of 23 to 50 years, and the male part must be at the age of 26 to 55 years of age. Okay, so this couple must have been married for at least a minimum of 5 years of period. Okay, and of course they must be the Indian nationals or Indian citizens. Okay. One more important requirement for the intended couple is that they should not be any surviving children. So if the couple is already having a children or a child or a baby, whether the baby is obtained biologically or through the adoption mode, or from any other mode, the baby must not be there. If they are already having a baby, it means that they are ineligible for the procedure of the surrogate.